Tamir and Bricks after dark, yeah, we bout to spark. Season 2 recap, big brother ready to embark. Yo, it's Tam in the booth, you know I came to play. Crypto cash flowing, but it's BB all day. Runner up from season 1, I got that fire. Now I'm back with Bricks, taking you higher. Georgetown point guard, but I'm still a hustler. Now we here talking strategy, not just muscle, bro. Tam and Bricks, yeah, we break it down. Late night vibes when the stars come around. From alliances to blind sides, the drama's hot on Tam and Bricks after dark. You know we got the plot. Yo, we got the plot. I'm Robert Bricks, 6'9" on the grind. Clone of Bobby B, but I got my own mind. Survivor jury, now it's BB season 2. Playing hard in the dark, now I'm podcasting with you. It's all strategy, alliances, and moves. And when it comes to Big Brother, we got the groove. Tam and Bricks, here we break it down. Late night vibes when the stars come around. From alliances to blind sides, the drama's hot on Tam and Bricks after dark. You know we got the plot. Sit back, tune in, grab a drink or two. Tam and Bricks got the recap coming just for you. From crypto to strategy, we bring the spark. It's Tam and Bricks after dark, where the game leaves its mark.
And welcome back to Tam and Bricks this after dark. This is Tamir Thor.
And Robert Bricks, as always. How are you tonight?
Oh man, it's been an incredible night for me. Did a little whining and dining. Got to see the mama. It's always good to see the mama.
Always good, yes. If you have one, I suppose.
Well, don't you like to see that scientist who wrote you that sweet, sweet letter?
I mean, yeah, but that's not quite the same, and hanging with Bobby is nice also, but again, not quite the same.
Oh, okay. Well, there's kind of an interesting thing. Somebody from your facility wrote into our podcast, somebody named Dr. Ian Terry. Apparently he's one of the innovating doctors of this whole thing. Did you ever have a piece of meeting Dr. Ian Terry?
I think there was some testing during the growing up phase, but mostly I think he was more involved in the ideas rather than the direct execution.
Oh, it's interesting. But getting back to the topic at hand, the Big Brother house, a lot has happened since we were last here, Bricks. Why don't you lead us off?
I mean, the big one obviously is a double elimination that surprised a lot of folks. Everybody circled up the wagons and was ready to take out Sean. Nice and simple. They put the votes together. Poor Sean.
I was really surprised with the announcement that everybody would stick to their vote pre-knowing it's a double elimination. If one person had switched, they would have gotten to choose single-handedly who would leave between JD and Heath. But nobody did. They all stuck with their word and voted Sean.
I agree. I expected someone to go rogue and try and pull that trigger. I think I would have definitely after... Yeah. So the fact that no one did speaks to their fidelity and their loyalty, but maybe not to their strategy.
Man, some of Sean's comments on the way out the door, calling this person an idiot, this person a moron. Sean wasn't a happy camper.
No, and then speaking of unhappy campers, JD melted the fuck down.
Wow, who would have thought that Heath would have channeled that ice hockey and stayed cold during that calm and collected?
Ice cold. Honestly, Heath has more than 9 lives at this point, I think.
It's nuts.
It has been just in the line of fire forever, actually taken out of the house once, battled back, cannot be put down, cannot be stopped.
And speaking of which, he got nominated again this week and got vetoed off the block. Talk a little bit about how that whole thing set up with Justin's power of, what is that called? The ring of
the ring, yeah. So, Justin gives Frank this ring, and Frank proceeds to use it both in the head of household competition as well as the veto competition to keep Justin from performing, and then brings Heath down only to put up Daisy next to him. Seems like a complete betrayal.
It's nuts because Justin is looking at Frank, at least up until this point, as his number two now that Sean's gone. He's sharing his whole game. There was this one conversation in the kitchen that I watched on TV. It was shocking. Justin was in the HOH with Dutch. Dutch asked him some few little questions. Justin, with those little questions and his observation, figures out Dutch and this whole plan of a potential backdoor. And not knowing that this is Frank's plan, that Dutch is just doing Frank's bidding, he comes to Frank with the whole plan and is like, this is about to happen. We have to stop him. We have to get out Dutch. And it was a shocking thing. Like, it's so great gameplay with one big mistake, not knowing the relationships.
Right. Yeah, and we skipped over a little bit that Dutch wins this head of household. Jordan chokes on it.
Man, this was the second time Jordan was the overwhelming favorite, and she choked. She's got 2 wins, so I can't really shit on her. If you win 2, that's a good enough. But to come for me, the champ, the guy with 5 wins, and say you're getting 6 and then start choking? Sis.
Yeah. As someone who was allergic to winning challenges, I can understand, but you can't talk that game unless you're going to back it up.
You want some challenges, right, Bricks?
No, not really.
So I know
it was real
on
bleak.
Tolo you lost challenges, right? But when you went to Asai, you didn't get no dubs?
It was all Ganong.
Ganong won everything.
Pretty much.
But okay, once you didn't last in the end. You didn't get a dub. You have no dubs?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, you got to get back in the show, bro. You can't go out with no dubs. You got to have one at least. What about an advantage play?
I mean, I was integral in some, but I didn't get to do any myself.
You didn't have no idol or nothing.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can co-host with you, man. I'm the GOAT in this. You got to have something to the table. But you're the strategy man. So talk a little bit about the strategy of what happened when Jordan kind of saw the move. She saw the veto. She saw Mel get replaced and how she kind of circled around with these girls.
Well, they are up in a buzz and definitely trying to push for the Girls Alliance to feature entirely in a Final 6 with Frank. But I think Jordan is overplaying the hand. I think that there's trying to get what you can and then trying to be greedy, and I think it's going to bite her.
I so agree. There was this moment in Dutch's reign. It was a shocking moment. He brings up Moira, he brings up Frank, he brings up Tyrone, and the 4 of them have been working together in their little fellowship alliance. But he also brings up Jordan, and he says, without telling any of his alliance, hey, Jordan, I want you to be a part of a Final 6. I want these 5 of us and Mel. And it's just like out of blue, like, what? Like, you don't even ask her, like, what do you think about these people? Can we work? No, this is the Final 6. And Jordan started reeling from that.
Well, yeah, but if I was in Jordan's place, I think that's 3 of the folks that I see working for, really, if you count Frank. I think that's a great deal, but unfortunately, Jordan digs in and tries to push for more.
Oh, she hated that deal, man. She went to everybody not in that deal. I guess she didn't go to Justin, but she went to everybody else. I guess she didn't go to Heath either. She went to Mel, she went to Daisy, and she even went to Frank to voice her dissatisfaction. And in tonight's episode, she said, oh, this was on the live streams actually, she went to Frank and said she wants get Justin out here, but then Dutch and Tyrone, 2 of those 6 are the next ones she wants out.
Yeah, I think that's an overreach again. I think she thinks Frank is more on her side than that is going to be. You might be able to get Dutch flipped in there, but I think Tyrone is not going to be as easy to go.
Yeah, I just don't see why she thinks Frank would want to go to the finals with her, Mel, Daisy, and I guess Heath would be the other person. Like, he has no relationship with
Moira, I
any of the.
think.
Oh, Moira.
Yeah.
That's true. He does have a good relationship with Moira. So,
Yeah.
in this scenario, Frank would have a good relationship with Jordan, and Frank would have a good relationship with Moira, and then nobody else. And Jordan would have a good relationship with everybody except for Heath. That's so lopsided.
Right. It just seems greedy, which doesn't. Jordan has been in a place where she's been calling a lot of these shots, and I think it's gone to her head that she just feels invincible.
She hasn't been a have-not. She won 2 challenges, both fairly early. She's been very influential in this game. But if you look at who's been going, JD, Jasmine, now Justin, all people she could call shots with, all her influential people. She has to recognize the changing of the winds, but she seems not to.
Yeah, she still thinks she has the control, and I think that Daisy is in a lot of danger next week. My prediction is when we get to the block, assuming that it's someone in the Dutch Frank Tyrone sitting there, the nominations will be Heath and Daisy again next week.
So let's talk this out right before we get to that, because that's really important. So right now, Justin just found the location of this hidden room of secret advantages. He found it in front of Tyrone, who already knows about it and is going to tell his alliance that he found it. But he also found it in front of Jordan. So she now potentially has access to this room. So that room has been owned by this fellowship. It's about to get blown wide open. If Justin doesn't get a power on Saturday, he's doomed. He's got one more chance to get a power or he's out. If he doesn't have a power and Daisy doesn't have a power, I think it's going to be a clean sweep Justin. Do you agree?
I agree.
So let's say clean sweep Justin. Let's just keep it moving. That's going to be the final 8. Justin's out, everybody else here. Dutch can't compete, so there'll be 7 in this challenge. It'll be Mel, it'll be Daisy, and it'll be Jordan in that Jordan clique, and then it'll be Frank, Tyrone, Moira. Moira's kind of in both cliques, but I feel she's more fellowship.
I agree.
And then Heath. So I think if one of the fellowship wins, I agree with what you just said. I have no idea what Heath will do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if
I think that Heath is going to side fellowship more than the other side. I think that the effort to pull Moira in and skate further will mean that they have more influence.
So let's talk this out. Heath wins head of household. You think Daisy's going up, and who? Because you said Daisy and Heath is someone else, but obviously Heath can't put himself.
Yeah, if Heath is up, there's a world where it ends up being Daisy and Dutch. There's a world where it ends up being Daisy and Mel.
Okay, but you don't think Daisy and Jordan with the Heath? Because Heath is the one who asked Dutch to put Jordan up several weeks ago, and Jordan has made no inroads since then.
Maybe that's the case. It would be the spicy answer, but I don't know if he's going to make that many waves if he thinks that he finally has a chance at some safety.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have no idea what he thinks. I can't predict it.
Yeah.
If Mel wins, I've heard Mel say this, she's putting up 2 of the boys. She said Frank and Dutch, and then Jordan did a little bit of pushback on the live stream, and it came down to she wants Dutch and Tyrone. Now, obviously that could change, but I think Daisy's going to be in line with that. I don't know if Jordan will, but I think if one of those girls wins, one of the 3 boys of the fellowship will definitely be next to Heath at the minimum.
I agree.
And could be both. I can't wait. I really hope one of the girls wins, to be honest. It's going to be very exciting. I like when shit flips. Or Heath.
Yeah.
The fellowship has won enough.
But I mean, the other thing is the fellowship has still all those banked powers. They've got the hex. They've got a couple of things. And if things go badly, they can just undo a lot of it.
I mean, that's a good point because, like, let's talk about the hex power. What the hex power works is on the next eviction, or even this one, she could use it, but I don't see her using it for this. But on the next eviction, she could rewrite history. So that's the last safety. You don't have to use that until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, they
Right.
could even use the diamond power veto if they want. Like, let's say Tyrone and Frank are up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say Dutch gets selected to play, and he wins the veto. He activates the power of veto. He takes Frank down, and not only does he, let's say Mel was at HOH, he takes Frank down, and he could put Jordan right up there. And then the vote would be Frank, it would be Dutch, that's 3 points, and it would be Heath versus, that's enough to control. They could just send Jordan right out the door with her own ally at HOH.
Right, which is brutal.
Yeah.
And they don't quite see that trap that is sitting in front of them.
You couldn't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think it is, but that's what just 2 of their powers can be. And there's 3. This alliance has 3 active powers ready to go. So, scary.
The one thing that is a tempering factor on that is that they're all set to expire soon.
It's true. The first one's going to expire. The Hex expires after next week. Either you use it or you don't, it's gone. I think the other 2 powers go to 7.
It's going to be interesting to see if they're needed. I think that if the Girls Alliance gets overly aggressive, it's going to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, but I like that. I like the drama, so I want to see anything. But this has been about 15 minutes. It's our longest podcast, yes, so I'm going to call it. Why don't you say goodbye to the folks, Bricks?
Well, as always, have a good night. I enjoy the fact that we're finally playing Big Brother instead of Love Island or Punch a Wall. So, with that, peace out.
See you.
Yo, welcome to the late night vibes. This is where we shine. Tamir and Bricks got the insights. We're one of a kind. From Big Brother's house to the crypto deals we unfold. Let's take a deep dive. Hear the stories untold. It's Tamir Thor, the runner-up. Feel the fire. With Robert Bricks, we elevate, climbing higher. Tamir and Bricks at the dark. We're bringing the heat. With stories from the house, this podcast can't be beat. Tune in for the laughs, the drama, the strife. Join us on this journey as we share the Big Brother life. Big Brother S2, secrets we gonna reveal. From strategies to alliances, it's also real. Bricks brings the high 6'9" in the game. Survivor in his past, but he's back with new fame. In the dark, we'll shine, dissecting every twist. Get ready for the drama you don't wanna miss. Tamir and Bricks at the dark, we're bringing the heat. With stories from the house, this podcast can't be beat. Tune in for the laughs, the drama, the strife. Join us on this journey as we share the Big Brother life. Tamir and Bricks at the dark, we're bringing the heat. With stories from the house, this podcast can't be beat. Tune in for the laughs, the drama, the strife. Join us on this journey as we share the Big Brother life. Big Brother S2, secrets we gonna reveal. From strategies to alliances, it's also real. Bricks brings the height 6'9" in the game. Survivor in his past, but he's back with new fame. In the dark, we'll shine, dissecting every twist. Get ready for the drama you don't wanna miss. Tamir and Bricks at the dark, we're bringing the heat. With stories from the house, this podcast can't be beat. Tune in for the laughs, the drama, the strife. Join us on this journey as we share the Big Brother life. So lock in your seats, it's time for the show. With Tamir and Bricks, let the realness flow.